he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank y'all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast.
I'm Terry.
I am Gary
Shazo, the second. What's up? Wait, is it Friday? It's Friday, baby. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. You know what time it is, baby. Another episode of the Habitual Line Steppers. How you doing, brother? Why you always... It's Friday, bro. I'm fucking happy. My work week is over.
Well, I wish I could say the same. Some of us work 7 days a week. I'm like a fucking ice road trucker out here. But you know what? It was the first day of work for many college kids who just entered into a new profession. Last night in the NFL draft, it went down in Kansas City. Bryce Young became the number one pick in the draft by the Carolina Panthers, man. Them selecting a person smaller than me.
What you talking about? That's Big Bryce, baby. That's Big Bryce.
Big Bryce. Big Bryce
I don't know. Big Bryce. But we predicted it, right? We told you. Young Bryce going first. I think it was the right move. What else are you going to do? You know, if you go CJ Stroud, that's questionable. Will Levis definitely would have been questioned. That's an fireable offense if anybody would have taken him first. Richardson, I feel like you could have talked yourself into that being first, but it's still maybe a bit of a reach. But, you know, after the mold of Cam Newton, I can understand. Take the best athlete. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. But they took Bryce. I got no problems with it. I'll give him a clap. That's all they get. Say it.
Grand Tarkinen. They're going to... Yep. He can't be sacked. His pocket awareness is just too good. But, you know, the Bears, I agree with you. I would have rather had Justin Fields than any of these guys. They're like, sure, fuck it. Go ahead. Move up to number one. Take whoever. We'll take your picks. We'll take DJ Moore. We'll take them all. We'll take Justin Fields. He's probably better than all five of these guys. Hey, you know what? Carolina, we're not going to find out for a while because he has no one to throw the ball to. I'm not sure who the running back is. So it's not exactly like he's going into like Aaron Rodgers and the Jets surrounded by weapons. So it may take us a little while to see on Bryce Hall, but good luck to you, buddy. Hopefully you stay on the field and stay healthy, and you don't get your rib cage and spleen compressed by a 350.
You think it was a good pick?
Just lying on top. I think it would be good if he plays. I mean, if he plays as much as Tua does, no. That's the thing. It's like if you peak handed, but you only played 9 games a season, like that's not what I'm signing up for the number one pick that I traded to go get that I didn't even have. Like I had to go give up extra stuff. So yeah, I would not have taken it. I would have taken it.
I just feel like they could have waited to get. I mean, because like I don't think anyone is above the rest by a lot. Like maybe Bryce Young is one step above everyone else, barely, but. I don't know. I feel like I just would have waited and just taken whoever was available. Like, you gave up too much.
Could have waited a whole round and taken Will Levis. Who, poor guy, they had him sitting there all draft night looking like Brady Quinn. You know, he's telling all his friends and family on Reddit, hey, I'm going number one. I got a draft promise from the Panthers. Draft changes their odds overnight. From plus 800 to plus 250. They're like, oh, Frank Reich, he loves a big, strong, strapping white man. This is a match made in heaven. Turns out, when you eat bananas whole and put mayonnaise in your coffee before you do it, people are going to have some character questions. And they're going to have some questions about how you're going to lead these guys into battle. And I think those questions ended up costing Will, man. Still on the board. Despite telling everybody, I'm going number one. I'm the number one pick.
Those draft odds. It just goes to show you no one knows shit. If there's not a concrete answer, nobody knows anything. Football doesn't have like an Adrian Wojnarowski, especially when it seems like Adam Schefter is just like prying way too hard. So like Aaron Rodgers is like, nah, I'm good.
How's
Yeah, he's
Tom
doing too
Brady's
much, bro. He's doing
retirement?
too much. Like, just let the guys tell you when they want to tell you. Like, they don't want you crying all in their life. Get out of there.
I think that's the only reason Tom Brady came back, is so that he could retire and make his
For
own
sure.
announcement.
I don't
Like,
know if it
fuck
was like
Adam Schefter.
100%, but I think it played a part in it. It played a part in it. Hey, when Aaron Rodgers is telling you to lose his number when you text him, he's like, hey, bud, I just want to know what's going on. Aaron Rodgers is like, lose this number. Straight up. Confirmed it on Pat McAfee's show. He was like, yeah, that's me.
He went to the darkness retreat. He was like, I've had some time to reflect, and I never want to fuck
He
it
also
up,
said
dude.
that the darkness retreat sucked and he left early, but, that's here for another day.
Could have seen that coming. All right, man. So, did you have any winners that stood out to you from this NFL draft? Like teams that you thought
Number
really made
one,
out well? That you
Philly,
want to talk
of
about?
course. Fucking genius move. You got veterans around the squad. You can kind of hone them in, teach them how to do the right things. Your team's already good. Best prospect in the fucking draft, without a doubt. It's not even close. He was the number one guy. He just did some stupid ass shit. I like that pick. That's a good pick for them. If it was like a team that wasn't good, I was like, that's a horrible pick. Don't do it. But for them, genius. Falcons, Bijan. I'll go ahead.
Hold on a minute. Did you the Eagles did it?
No. Who else did they get? I didn't look.
They got
They got who? Ooh.
Nolan Smith. So now they're reuniting that whole UGA national championship, greatest defense in the history of college football. They got Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean last year, and now here they added Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. So they two of the starting linebackers and both of the defensive tackles from the greatest defense in the history of college football. And all it cost them to go to get Jalen Carter was a fourth-round pick.
I'd do it.
What?
I mean, the shitty teams didn't want to take the flyer out, bro. They didn't want to do it. I wouldn't do it.
It was wild, man. It was. Yeah, I mean, I think the Falcons, they had more information than anybody, and they passed on it. They're like, no character issue over here. But the Eagles, they're like you said, they're like, we got Jalen Hurts. We got the coach's son. We got the best locker room culture in the NFL. Eagles culture, baby.
Jesus
Cry, Anderson, cry. I think nasty, man. With those four guys, they already got the chemistry. You already saw how they balled next to each other. Fucking what's his face? Smith, who they just took. They're like, oh, he doesn't get a lot of sacks. It's like, okay, he had like 28 tackles for loss. Like, he's stupid against the run. You just didn't have him rushing the passer a lot. I totally agree with you. To get Jalen Carter and then to go back and get his teammate, big fan of what the Eagles did.
That's huge. That's my number one. What about for you? Who else did you like?
Oh, you said it next, man.
Bijan. That was, man. I'll let you expound on that, but I knew it was happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's talking about, don't take running backs first and blah, blah, blah. 2 running backs got taken in the first round, by the way. The Lions is kind of weird, but, it is what it is. Yeah, but Bijan, number one stud. He can catch out the backfield. He can block. He can run. I like the 2 backfield thing. That's the new thing. And if, he's a rookie, he can, get to learn behind Algier, who's not, that much older, but. Say it again?
Patterson.
True. Yeah. I think it's a good spot.
Yeah, I do too, man. Like, when we did our preview show, I picked him as like the best player in the whole draft. And I said I wanted him to the Falcons. So I'm sitting here today with a big smile on my face. To hell with all the haters. Okay? Everyone's making like, oh, such a bad use of value. You're going to be paying this guy so much money. Actually, I crunched the numbers, Terry. And when he's in his 5th year, that we have to pick up his, his 5th year option and shit, shit is $12 million. That's like the 16th highest paid running back in the league right now. Middle of the pack. And we're going to have a top 3 guy for 5 years. Don't talk to me about this value bullshit. The value is going to be just fine. And, like you said when we talked about it before, he's going to be in a committee. So it's not like he's going to be Christian McCaffrey putting up 2,000-yard seasons where we're going to have to pay this guy $100 million. Tyler Algier, he going to be, deflating those numbers. You know what I mean? Efficiency going to be high. Totals might not be his story. Either way, like, this dude is a football player, not just a running back. And right after we drafted him, we already talked about how he can line up in the slot, how he had the best hands of anyone on the team in Texas, including the wide receivers, how he is legit 4.4 speed and can take the top off. And our coach said the two words that get my dick hard, Terry. Positionless football. He must have read the
I
article.
guess so, man. Golly. But yeah.
So it's just us getting more multiple, man. Like, at wide receiver, we got different type dudes. Drake London, he's big, he's strong, he's a jump guy. Scotty Miller, he's fast, he's shifty. Know what I mean? He's burner. At running back, we got the sledgehammer in Tyler Algier. We got the guy with incredible vision and elusiveness in Bijan Robinson. At tight end, we got the fucking blocker screen guy, who's good with the ball in his hands in Jonnu Smith. And we got the wide receiver motherfucker that you can split out. So it just looks like this Falcons team, they want players who can do multiple things and who you can move them around. By the end of the formation, Bijan might be lined up next to Kyle Pitts in line. Cordell Patterson, who started out wide, might be underneath the center. Who knows? The ball may end up being handed off to Jonnu Smith. And I just think that's exactly what they want in Atlanta, where you don't know where we're attacking from, where you have players who can do multiple things well. I think Bijan Robinson is going to be the cherry on top for an explosive offense.
I just think you got a really shitty quarterback, so it's smart to get guys that are really good at all the skill positions. It's a genius move. It's a San Francisco move. They had a ready-to-go Super Bowl team, minus Jimmy Garoppolo, minus maybe a Trey Lance, so it's like plug and play. If you guys are able to use these pieces in the right way with the right offense, I like it. If you don't know what you're doing, get a new coach immediately.
Yeah, I tell you what, though. If Desmond Ritter sucks, then we'll just get a good quarterback next year. And he'll already have all these
genius,
pieces
bro. And considering even like the NFC South is questionable, Panthers are going to have question marks. Saints already have question marks. And the Bucks, we already know, like, they lost their quarterback. So it's all question marks.
Right. What about
all right, so the next move that I like the most... man, you're crazy. Nah, next move I like the most was... Richardson, bro. The Colts. Shout out the Colts. Going for it. I like it, man. Get the athlete.
These motherfuckers went from Phil Rivers to decrepit corpse of Carson Wentz to the cadaver that was Matt Ryan. And now they're going to the most athletic person
that was
play
crazy. And by the way,
Jonathan Taylor, who, some would argue is the best running
back in the league. That's true. By the way, the Texans trade for the Cardinals to swap to get the edge rusher, Will Anderson.
Will Anderson?
Maybe.
You like
maybe. We'll see. Huh?
Little scoop and score. They paid a steep price because they got to give up a second and next year's one to go out, and they could suck ass next year. It could be the number one pick. So they paid a hefty price, but they were like, fuck it. We think we're getting 2 Hall of Famers in the same draft. You going to get fired or you going to go to the Hall of Fame for this one, whoever the GM is.
Take the risk. Also, Seahawks, get that secondary fucking vaulted and great. Take another good corner alongside your boy Woolen out there. Love that move. Offensive line, go ahead.
Those two, the Seahawks did, didn't they?
They might have. Let me scroll down and see what them boys did. The boys, the Lions. They got the wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
They got the
right. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Good for Seahawks, especially because they already got DK and Tyler Lockett on the outside. This guy can just play in the slot.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. They got the running back committee. I know what's his name tore his ACL, but what was it? Kenneth Walker. He tore his ACL, right?
Yeah,
Is Penny
Rashad
gone?
Penny, I think,
Oh,
left
Penny's
as well.
gone. That's
I
tough.
think somebody,
Damn. If
but they'll probably pick up a running back in the fourth
yeah,
round.
hopefully. But yeah, Seahawks. I like what they did.
I agree with that too. They trying to build that Legion of Boom shit.
Besides that, I mean, the offensive line men taken in the first round, I think are going to be great. The Bears guy looks like he's really fucking good. We got a great offensive tackle. The dude from Tennessee.
Oh,
Huh?
you hear that?
Hey, all I gotta
Where'd you
know
hear that?
is that every defensive lineman in the SEC, they say, who's the best player you went against? They said this dude. Every single edge rusher. They're like, this guy. He cleaned me. This guy was hard to get by. So I'll take it.
Okay, all right. I'll put some. I didn't hear that, but I'll take it with a grain of salt.
With O lineman, you
I
never know,
hated
bro.
your
This
move.
stuff.
Like they had on like all the things I was looking at, the fifth best tackle available, and you guys took him over Skoronski. They say he's too slow to ever play left tackle. The only position
He ran a 5
is
flat
tackle.
on the 40. His shuttle was fast too. What's the?
They say he's got bad hips.
Hey,
he's not quick.
If you look at his fucking highlight tape, that motherfucker is cleaning people like it was nothing. So it's whatever. I mean, look, it's
highlight tape. Yep, but you passed on Skoronski, who could play center, guard, or tackle. Any position on the fucking line.
We need a tackle.
And okay, you need a right tackle in the first round. And you talk about drafting a running back as a bad.
I didn't say it was a bad move. I didn't say that.
Oh, well, you're like talking about multiple people talked about that. Like it's in the ethos. My thing with the Bears is like y'all had less sacks than the fucking Falcons. Like you have nobody on your defensive line, and there were good defensive linemen here, and y'all. Oh, we'll just take the fifth best tackle who can't play guard anywhere else but right tackle. The least valuable position.
I think we're fine.
Right tackle.
We're good.
I didn't like. I would just rather have somebody. You can play right tackle. You can play center if someone gets hurt. You can play guard if someone gets hurt. Like, I'd rather have the versatility personally. But it looks like they're like, listen, we need a mauler to make sure to cut down the right side where Justin
Young maul it up. Maul it up, baby. Hit it.
Hold on tight.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, with old line shit, you never know. Dude can come out and they'll be like, he's the best offensive tackle we've seen since Bloopy Blop, and then he does absolutely nothing. So it's like, whatever.
Fucking Eric Fisher.
It's a bunch of guys. It's whatever. It's no biggie. Look, we moving on. Anything else you saw first round wise?
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. The
Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens signed Lamar Jackson.
I mean,
this is more impactful than any move that was made in the draft. They locked the MVP back in after all the turmoil, after the franchise tag, after all the bullshit, after all the collusion. They brought old dude home. Hey, they finally did it. Your boy got like $190 million guaranteed, over $200 million. Doesn't have to pay an agent fee. And the cherry on top is they finally got this motherfucker a receiver. Zay Flowers from Boston College in the first round, man. Savvy route runner, exceptional quickness, day one contributor, going to be their number one receiver immediately. They got Odell as well that they signed in free agency. Finally, Lamar has somebody to throw to and a bag in which that he could be secure when he gets hurt. Big day. Ravens. Biggest winner over everybody. Fuck the draft.
That's crazy.
Ravens won.
Hey, look, all I gotta say is paid at last, paid at last. Thank God Almighty, he's paid at last. That man is paid. Alright? And there's nothing you can do about it. He's rich now. Didn't need a fucking agent to give away 3% of his money. Maybe he could have got 10% more, Terry. That would have helped out his family. It's $185 million guaranteed. Shut up, you'll never see that in your life. You've never seen 10,000 cash on the floor. Bitch. The dude's paid, you're right. Biggest move I've seen in a while. He finally got it, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy now. Warren Moon is vindicated.
Yeah, I feel like a wrong.
All the blacks. Doug Williams, Warren Moon, Mike Vick.
I feel especially happy that on the day that Lamar Jackson got a historic paycheck, Will Levis went undrafted.
The world is changing. 3 black quarterbacks taken in the first round.
Right? And none of them have been suggested to switch
Or
to
running
wide
back.
receiver.
Or just a punt returner. Jesus.
You're right. Exactly.
Insane.
Look how far we're
Absolutely
coming,
insane. But weakest quarterback draft we've seen in a long time, though. So it's not over yet. Long way to go. But the best quarterbacks in the league, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Before you know it, there's no whites left. But
Big Joe. Yeah. So you do like the Zay Flowers draft, huh? I think it's smart. They needed something for him.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
David, motherfucker, a receiver for forever. Like, Bateman is not it. Devin Duvernay is a slot guy and only gets hurt. Like, the guys they were throwing to last year, it was an abomination. Like, it was malpractice.
It was horrible.
So, I'm happy that they're going to have a chance to be an actual NFL team.
I mean, they're good. When he plays, they're a contender, bro. So
when he plays, they win like 80% of their games with nobody around him, which is like, why is he not getting paid? Well, the wrong has been righted. The bag is in his hands, and he finally has a receiving court that he can loft it up and pray.
It's time.
Now, speaking of lofting it up and praying, the Detroit Lions, Terry, I'm not exactly sure they were thinking during this draft. They had the number 6 pick. They could have just stayed there and taken Jalen Carter or Bijan Robinson. But instead, they traded out to the 12th pick. So they could take the second best running back in the whole draft, despite having DeAndre Swift and just signing David Montgomery from the Bears. And then they followed it up at 18 by taking the 73rd ranked player at middle linebacker, who's a 2-down player, who had 2.5 tackles for loss out of his 150 tackles.
I don't know.
They could have just taken Jalen Carter.
I don't know if they would have been the right team to take Jalen Carter, but...
Okay, you could have just taken Bijan Robinson. You took a fucking running back anyway.
The Lions are going to lion. Best season they've had in a while, and this is what they do in the draft. Hey, Gibbs, you got some lofty expectations out there in Detroit, man. All I can say is good luck. Rub my hands and say thank God because the Bears are going to be better than y'all this year. Good shit. Good shit, guys. Hopefully he's good, though. I mean, I get that, like, you don't take running backs and shit. I totally understand it. I think he is better than Montgomery and Swift. Montgomery's got injury problems. Swift also the same. Got hurt last year. He could be the number 1 guy, but I don't know. They probably should have taken a defender because they had the worst defense in the fucking league, but who am I? Just a guy.
I mean, if you took this guy at 12 and he's not your number 1 guy, like, that would be the most Detroit thing ever. Take this guy at 12 and then put him behind David Montgomery and DeAndre Swift. And just be like, during camp, it was like, yeah, it was a competition and he lost. That's what we wanted. We wanted a good competition.
The only way you can say it wasn't a bad move is by saying, like, he gets to learn behind 2 veteran running backs and blah, blah, blah.
One is veterans.
I mean,
Montgomery just
rookie
entered it. DeAndre Swift is still on his
3rd year in the league. I mean, they're older than him. They've been in the league longer than him.
I'm just saying, it's not like they're running behind Steven
No,
Jackson.
I know. I just
like that, where it's like, oh, this guy's going to teach you how to be a professional. You remember D'Angelo Williams when he was with the Steelers, and it was like all the guys learning from him and all this other shit. It ain't going to be that way with DeAndre Swift. What is he going to teach somebody? He's barely been on the fucking field.
It's a weird move. I don't know what the justifications are, but I mean, like, Bijan's going to be behind Algier. You think Bijan's will start straight out? All right, well, we'll see. I don't know.
It'll be a committee, but like I think Bijan will end up playing the most snaps because he'll play slot
Just a bunch of that.
receiver.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Algiers like he'll just play running back.
yeah.
That's it.
Interesting move, man. I don't know.
And, not least, man, poor Will Levis, the banana man, the mayonnaise man, sitting there all by himself, looking like a white Donovan McNabb, with tears of Campbell's soup running down his face. I will say he had no like Russell Wilson girls around. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna have like a cash in Will Levis moment, but we'll keep it with the family and my mom and my sister and everyone who I know will actually support me and not walk off after I haven't been picked in the first 18 slots. I thought it was over for him when the Bucks didn't take him. When the Saints took that defensive
Brian
tackle
Brees.
out of Clemson, and then the Bucks took somebody else. I was like, "Oh no, it's over for Will. It's over for Willie.
Hey,
Free
man.
Willie."
You know, he is who he is, bro. Like, I don't, because like the 3 quarterbacks that got taken above him, I think they all got more. Don't they all have?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Been taken above him. They all them
Yeah,
should
but
have
like
been
I
taken
think
above him.
no, the days might be gone of like guys that were good for 1 year and kind of just like came out of nowhere, and teams are like, "Well, we gotta take him." I mean, he was really good for 1 year. I gotta get him first round. I just think everybody was like, I don't know. He didn't, and especially he came from Kentucky. It's like, I don't. You don't want to be too fucking quick on the trigger and just like take Will Levis just because he lost weight to look good for the combine and like he looked good standing still throwing passes. I don't think people are amazed by that shit anymore. Like, dude's arm is strong, yeah, but you're good for 1 year at Kentucky, dog.
Yeah, and your team had like the
Yeah,
150th best
I'm
offense in college football and playing in any division, and you think you're gonna do well in the NFL? All right,
smart move by
we'll see.
everybody. But if he shows everybody wrong, good for you. I don't want anybody to be bad, but it is what it is.
Speaking of proving everybody wrong, that man Jimmy Butler could
Oh
not
man,
be stopped. Distinguished was on fire as the Milwaukee Bucks become the first 1 seed ever to lose to
yeah,
a playing
that
team.
is true.
Terry, is this the biggest upset
The
in
biggest
playoff
upset
history?
in playoff history.
Lose 5 games to an 8 seed as the 1?
How many games did Dallas lose to the We Believe Warriors? That was a 7-game series?
7. So 2007, Warriors over Mavericks, I believe so. 1999, Knicks over
That's a
Heat.
shortened season.
That was another
That's
one.
a tough one.
2011, Grizzlies over Spurs.
That was the Grizzlies were good though. Bad matchup.
This might be the worst.
I don't.
I think this.
I'll say no, only because your best player's hurt. I get it. Fear the deer. The Bucks were, the favorites coming in preseason to win the championship, and throughout the season had the best record, 58 wins. Dude missed pretty much 3 games, and I get they won game 2 without him, but they lost game. Did they lose? They lost game 1. He played.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like
So,
they lost. I'm saying the games he missed, or he basically wasn't like fully playing. Like
yeah. Game 3 and game 4.
I don't. It's a little bit of blame on him. I don't think it's the biggest upset though. The We Believe shit is big for me because that team wasn't really that good. They weren't good, and
I don't
that's what everybody said. But look at him. This team has a record from 2020 to now of being a consistent playoff team that's really good. I don't think it's that big of an upset. I mean, Jimmy Butler, that was like his 7th 40-point game he's ever had for the Heat.
You don't think that big of an upset
The
that a team that lost playing beat the number 1 seed in 5 games. You don't think that's that big of an upset? They lost to the Atlanta Hawks, Terry.
Hey, this exact team beat the Bucks like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. What's the difference? It's Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo.
I don't know. Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo,
Tyler Hero was there.
Kevin Love.
3-3
4
when they
years
made the
ago?
finals, 2020 in the bubble. It's like
Oh,
it's the same team that beat the Bucks.
yeah. No Kyle
I
Lowry.
mean,
That was
Kyle
Cody.
Lowry didn't
No
do
Cody.
anything in this series.
There's no
Hey,
PJ Tucker.
Strauss,
No. Yeah.
Strauss,
I'm
Vincent,
not rocking with that at all. All people are the same. Or Jimmy
Tyler Hero's
Butler,
hurt.
Bam Adebayo,
Duncan Robinson.
who
He
didn't
played in
play
this
all
series.
season.
Hey,
10 minutes
I
a
don't
game.
think it's that big of an upset.
Oh, well, that makes one of us, man. I didn't even watch half of these games because I thought the Bucks are going to get the shit under control. Like, I just had no respect for the Heat. They were the worst shooting team or 27th shooting team in the regular season. They shot 34% on their threes. They made 45%
They flipped
of their
it, bro.
threes against Milwaukee, bro. I think this was addition by subtraction. By the injury to Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo, it clarified everybody's roles. And all those shots that used to be like long twos and 3s off the dribble by those guys, they all went to Jimmy. And they became and ones at the basket or counts for wide open threes.
Dog.
And it's like, I was like, they're going to struggle to score without these guys. It actually made things easier because everybody knows their role now. And the ball's in the hands of the best
The Bucks
player more often.
haven't fixed their problems that they had before when Jimmy torched their ass. Nobody can guard him. And this is the main reason why I didn't want Giannis to be Defensive Player of the Year. He won't step up and take him. You can't listen to Bud. Bud's going to get fired because he won't change the way he is. You have to step up. There's a lot of times when you're on the field or the court or whatever sport you're playing, you just know shit and you see shit that the coach just can't fucking see. Bud is a good coach. I don't even know. He's not great. I'm not going to say he's average. He's a good coach. But Giannis, you got to step up. Drew Holiday cannot guard him. No one.
Well, I think I agree with you, man. After the game, he told reporters he wished he had guarded Butler more. And he only guarded Butler on 10 possessions throughout the entire series. On 10 possessions through 5 games. He said after it, like, what would you have done different if you were the coach? He goes, double team him more, try to make him pass the ball, maybe switch the matchup for a little bit, give Drew a break. I don't think as a team we made the right adjustment, or we didn't make as many adjustments as we could have against him. Man, if that ain't damn
I mean,
faith race.
The thing about me and the double teaming is like, you said it first. They shot 45% from the three. Like, they tried some shit, and that his teammates were knocking down the threes. So that kind of negated everything. That's why it was just a one-on-one show with Jimmy Butler. The dudes were splashing them. Gabe Vincent was making them. Kevin Love was making them. Duncan Robinson made his few. Max Strus.
Vincent walked into about
Caleb Martin.
shots this series. There's no pressure whatsoever. Just like slow motion.
Yeah, everybody was hitting him.
Kevin Love looked rejuvenated.
I mean, what are you going to do? Nobody on your team can guard Jimmy Butler. You got to step up. It's on Giannis, bro.
I'm sorry. I thought they traded 5 second-round picks for a guy who has the exact same body type as Jimmy Butler, who was a former teammate of Jimmy Butler. Jay Crowder seems like an ideal guy to guard Jimmy Butler. But, Terry, he had less buckets in this series than the Bucks had second-round picks that they traded for him. 5 picks for Jay Crowder, and he had 4 baskets.
Let me tell you something right now. Oh, the GM is fucking cooked. Bud might be cooked too. They both might get fired. I didn't watch every single minute of the games, but I did watch all 5 games. I don't think I saw Jay Crowder on the court a single minute. Like a single minute. I watched a decent amount of all the games. I didn't see him on the court at all. I thought he was hurt. This is what I'm telling you, bro.
Nope. ECD, Coach Bud.
But this is what I'm telling you, bro. We all get it. Bud's a fucking idiot. He doesn't make adjustments. Giannis pretty much won the championship on his own. And if you look back at the run, you know, of course, like any championship, there were injuries and good matchups that they had and blah, blah, blah. They played the Nets with KD by himself, and they played the Hawks. Come on. Atlanta, stand up. I love you, but you're not beating the Bucks. It is what it is, bro. And Trae Young got hurt as well. Besides the point, it's a lot. I'm blaming Giannis for a lot of this shit. I get it, you were hurt and all that, but at a certain point, if you don't step the fuck up and guard someone that's cooking y'all, and Brook Lopez with the drop defense, defensive player of the year, guys, it's on you. What are you gonna do? Like Bud's gonna be like, no, if you guard Jimmy Butler, I'm gonna sit you down. Are you fucking crazy? Just guard him.
Bud's gonna be like, no, and Giannis gonna be like,
No, that's not what happens. Giannis is like, sure, coach, I'll go with your plan, idiot.
I don't think so. I think we're getting a new coach. I think we're getting a new coach in Milwaukee this offseason. I wanted to talk a little bit about what they can do to kind of rebuild their team and get back into contention. And for me, I think it starts with getting rid of Coach Bud. I know he had the best record in the league, but you know what? That didn't stop Masai Ujiri from firing what's his face when he was. No, the other dude,
Casey?
the last guy he fired. Who's
Yeah,
he fired Coach of the Year right
he
after
lost when he wasn't supposed to.
Yep, and then they won the championship. I think Bud has to go. Giannis only set 13 screens per 100 possessions for Middleton in this series, which is less than half of the number that he set in games in the regular season. In the playoffs, that play averaged 1.4 points, but they just never ran it. They just never ran it. Kept Brook Lopez in the drop coverage the whole time, even though Brook Lopez got destroyed in this series. He got outcoached at every turn, and with 0.5 seconds left on the clock and an opportunity to win the game with a lob play, he elected not to call a timeout and to let Grayson Allen dribble the clock out and end their season without trying to win. That was a fireable offense for me. I know he's coach of the year. I love what he did for the Atlanta Hawks. He's not the right coach for the future for Giannis. They need a stronger hand at the wheel. I think Coach Bud has to go. And I have some ideas on who could replace him. But before I get there, let me get your thoughts on whether he should leave or stay.
He should leave, but I'm not blaming him. I'm not giving him all the blame. I'm telling you, this motherfucker Giannis missed 13 free throws in that game. It's the same problem they even had when they won the championship. They cannot close games out. Middleton, you can tell, hobbled. Giannis can't close a game out. He's scared to go to the basket, and
now fucking posting up every time.
And the fucking turnover he had at the end of the game, you could tell he didn't want to go to the line. He threw that shit straight out of bounds. I don't want this. Hot potato. They can't close games. Bro.
COVID all over that.
Well,
that's what the health protocol. Terry, he's trying to socially distance.
Let's go ahead and say it right now. I'm not gonna. You can give your coaches that you wanted to replace them with, but I'm gonna just go ahead and let it be known that best player in the world shit, that's done. That's over with. Has to be.
Jokic?
Yeah, you can't close a game out. You can't. I said it weeks ago, but then Jokic punted the fucking season. I guess he
was. He was making sure all his ligaments were getting in order. You know what I mean? I got enough glycogen in my muscles for a big run.
Or it's either him or Steph.
Oh, you know what? Good call.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Steph right now, to be honest, if I had to. Yeah, Bud's got to go, and I got two names that I think should replace him, Terry. One is Nick Nurse, the guy who just left Toronto. X and O's coach, a guy who's not afraid to make adjustments, a guy who knows basketball and can squeeze the best out of Giannis and put him in situations where he'd be effective and not doing stuff that he's uncomfortable with, but like going against smaller players in mismatches and facing up from the block, that type of stuff. I think Nick Nurse would be a great fit for this team. What do you think about the first one?
Nah, I need a fresh face.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you said that, Terry. My number one pick to coach this team is Becky Hammond. I think it's time. I think Giannis is the superstar to do it. To have the first woman coach in NBA history. I think it's time.
That's a fucking absolutely fantastic suggestion. And I'm here for it. I'm 100% in. She's a good coach. Where's she coaching at now? She's still in the G League? Or is she WNBA? Where's she at?
I think she won a couple G League championships and went over to the WNBA. Fucking, she understands Bud's philosophy, but being part of the Spurs culture and all that, but obviously like much more of a tinkerer, much more of like an active basketball mind. Been described kind of like as a little Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? Her approach to the game and figuring out how all the tiny parts fit together and make a bigger picture. I think Giannis is the superstar, the number one superstar I'd choose if I did hire a woman coach to like embrace her, shepherd her in, protect her, have her back.
I mean,
all that stuff. I think it's past made in heaven, and I think she's tough enough to hold Giannis accountable and be like, "No, fuck that shit.
yeah,
You're on Jim."
I think Giannis is the perfect one because we just clearly watched Giannis be a cuck for 3 straight games in a row. He was like, Coach said, not guard Jimmy. I not guard Jimmy. No, listen, Coach right. Drew, you must step up, Drew. You have this. Fuck, dude. Absolute fucking European Greek Africano cuck, brother. Play defense on Jimmy Butler. Drew Holiday. Every time, bro. Jimmy Butler.
So he'll do it.
He better. No, every time Jimmy saw Drew, he was like, stop it. He even yelled in his face, was like, I own you. And every time Middleton was in front of him, I was like, that's easy, Buck.
Yeah, that's a breeze.
Giannis, where you at, bro? I blame Yanni, bro. He's out here bullshitting. But you're right.
Did you hear the comment on failure that he gave when the reporter asked him if this season is a failure?
Great question too.
Yep. I was not able to get the audio, Terry. So allow me to present to you Garrett and Tentacle.
So the reporter asked him last year and this year, is this season a failure? And what did Giannis Antetokounmpo say?
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric, okay? Do you get a promotion every year in your job? No, right? No. So yes or no, every year you work as a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, which is to get a promotion, be able to take care of your family, provide a house for them, take care of your parents, take care of your goal. I don't know. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. If you never, I don't want to make it personal. I don't. There's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question, yes or no? Exactly. So why you ask me that question? It's the wrong question. There is no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. That's what sports is all about. You don't always win. So other people are going to win. Simple as that. We are going to come back next year. Try to be better. Try to build good habits. Try to play better. Not having 10 days straight of playing bad basketball. And hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1970 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship? It was failure? No, it was not. It was steps to it. We were able to win one. Hopefully we will be able to win another one.
Now, I pose you a question. Was it a failure?
No. I loved his answer so much I shared it with all my team. I got emotional. I played it back like 10 times. It made me think of another article that I read like a year ago called Life, Death, and Total Football on GQ. And basically, like, the whole thing out of it is, it's not about, the prize is not standing there holding the trophy above your head and putting goggles on and getting champagne. The prize is all the moments that you sacrifice building that. All the camaraderie that you build with your teammates. All the trust that's built. all the setbacks that you overcame and pushed yourself, and all the sweat equity that you put in. It's all those little moments. It's the journey that's the prize. And those 30 seconds that you stand there and celebrate, like, that's cool. But then it's over. And you have to come back to life. And you got to find another goal. And so I appreciate so much that, like, you're not always going to win. And fact of the matter. But are you going to stop right there? Or are you going to take it and make yourself better? And as long as you keep going and you keep learning from it and he keeps adjusting, and I wouldn't bet on Giannis to not win another championship. I bet that he's going to win another one. If he wins another one, it's not a failure. And I just think we're in such a zero-sum game now in like sports media where it's like, if he didn't win a championship in his career, he sucks. And he lost in this round, he sucks. And he can't be this and he can't be that. And it's like things change in a moment. And then we rewrite the entire narrative. And if Giannis wins a championship next year, none of us will give a fuck about him losing in 5 to Miami Heat. So I just thought he properly framed it. Yes, he failed in the moment. He failed this series. He failed against the Heat. He failed to advance. But to call this year a failure, only if you don't learn from it.
I totally disagree. This year was a fucking failure. All right. It's all about expectations. All right. So as far as if you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and you lose, that's not a failure of a season. If you lose in the second round, if it's tough, maybe that's not a failure. But if you lose as an overall favorite, like they were too big of favorites to lose this shit in 5, it's okay to say we failed, bro. Like, it's fine to fail. It's fine. If you learn something from it, that's cool. I can't say that he is a failure because if he sees games and life like this, that's just how he sees it. Everybody is not going to see it the same way he does. But if he thinks, like, to him, it's not a failure. It's like a step to get better. That's totally fine. I don't disagree with it, but I do disagree that this particular series was not a failure. It was a failure because no one, besides maybe some people in Miami, expected this, and especially in the way it happened, bro.
Well, you said series. I think the series was a failure, but he asked was the
Oh yeah,
season.
no, the season wasn't a failure. You guys were the number 1 seed. You like came back, yeah, no.
Right.
But like this series,
And I think
yeah.
Giannis is alluding to. He's like, yeah, I failed this series. I failed to get him over the top. But to call a year of my life a failure because I didn't accomplish my ultimate goal, like, I'm not going to be able to get the ultimate goal every year. And like sometimes the process takes more than 1 year. And he's saying,
But failing and then getting back up is also like a step in the process of getting a championship. Just like every team doesn't have the same lofty expectations as getting a championship. This team did. They failed to win. It's okay. It's okay to say you failed. It's not that big a deal.
I think he'd admit that he failed, but I just categorizing the year as a failure.
No, I'm not here for the. I'm not. I'm not.
Greater point is like you cannot fail if you're like, for you to fail first, you have to determine what is success, right? And what is succeeding to Giannis. And he's saying succeeding to me is more than just winning a championship. Succeeding is like how I'm living my life. Succeeding is giving my best every day, knowing that my best will be enough. Knowing that if I continue to stack good days and then great days, continue to reflect, continue to analyze, continue to improve, I'll get to where I want to go. And if that is your measure of success, then how can this season be a failure? Because every step of the way he's done that. And that article that reminded me of, Terry, I wanted to read you an excerpt of it. Because it's what Giannis said about this. It's not just about sports, man. It's about life. Like, you're going to have this in any area, whether it's like you got cut from a team you wanted to make, or you lost in a big game, or you didn't get into the college that you wanted to out of high school, or you worked really hard and somebody else got your promotion, a spot that you should have had. Like, this type of shit applies to everybody. And it's like, are you going to treat yourself as a failure and all the work you put in for a year as a failure because this one moment didn't happen for you? No. Like, and so it reminded me of this article, man. And so this guy is, he's talking about his friend who is Dutch and taught him soccer and taught him about total football, who's named Lars. And it reads, "And this fall, Lars is dead 3 years. I sense my friend's presence fading, though what he taught me endures in some kind of emotional code. It has to do with sport and physics and courage, and it all comes down to this. In life, you run. You run to find space. You run to create space. By running, you can change space and time. It's not about physics so much as style. Waking up with a sense of flexibility that's almost rigorous. Ethics chosen, courage summoned, and now a curious mind. You run because sometimes it feels good. You run because sometimes it hurts. You run because if you keep running, something is bound to happen." And that's in the context of soccer. But that's what Giannis is saying. I'm going to keep running. I'm going to keep going back to the drawing board. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep applying pressure. I'm going to keep continuing to be the best version of myself. And if he does that, how could he fail?
I hear you. All I'm saying is it's okay to fail. You can still get better from it. If he's got a problem with the word, that's on him. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. The season was a failure, motherfucker. You're supposed to win. You're supposed to win the championship, not in this manner. You failed, and it's fine. Get back up. That's basically what he's saying. If he disagrees with how it was said, because in the heat of the moment he was pissed, I like the way that he, said it in his way. It's a great way to move on with life.
Way to fucking be pissed and still be graceful towards it. Like that. I just don't think any other player would have handled that question. We've already seen LeBron do the whole $250 million house and you're going back to your fucking broke ass toy.
All right, let's move on from a failure and move on to somebody who actually succeeded. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler in this series alone, 37.6 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 4.8 assists, 1.8 steals, shooting 60% with a 69% true shooting percentage, and it's 44% from three. All right. Casual. Big Jimmy. Oh, also, largest point per game increase by anybody besides Hakeem. 14.7 points from regular season to playoffs increase. That's fucking absolutely insane. And it's only 8 guys in a 2-game span, because he scored 56 and 42, that have scored above 95 points in a 2-game span in the playoffs. The dude fucking straight up balled.
Somehow not good enough to make an all-star team.
I mean, look, he's done.
Cry for this whole fucking season. I hope everyone who did not vote for Jimmy Butler go back and have some type of self-flagellation or have a big rope with a knot on it that you hit yourself in the balls with while you sit in a chair or something. Because this is just a crime against humanity in basketball. That this dude who's averaging 40 in the playoffs and took down the number 1 seed wasn't selected as a fucking all-star.
He's second team All-NBA. That's way more important than All-Star.
Did they announce?
Nah, but he's gonna be at least second team.
Yeah,
he's gonna get second team at least, bro. I mean, bro, like at that point in time, he played way less games than everybody else. He just happened once that All-Star break was kind of there, he pretty much finished out the season. He played, I think, almost the most amount of games he played for the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. They got me.
We just need to get on Jimmy, man. Everybody gets bamboozled by the regular season numbers, and it's like he's different. Like he elevates and evolves. I know he doesn't like the playoff Jimmy shit, but I don't care. You're a fucking different player in the playoffs, man.
Bro, but 64 games is the most games he's played for the Heat in his entirety.
What is that supposed to mean?
He just misses a lot of games in the regular season. It's okay that he didn't make the All-Star. It's really not that big a deal. We're good. And if he does...
Later when you do his Hall of Fame shit, you'll be like, he was only a 4-time All-Star.
No, seriously, bro. When you do shit like this, and let me look at the names of the list of the guys that scored fucking like 98 something games.
You'd be like, he can't be a
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. Only
Nah.
makes the All-Star
Listen,
team.
we're not gonna forget Jimmy Butler because when I was showing you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 other dudes scored above 95 points in the 2 game span. It's Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Michael Jordan. No,
Trae Young.
those are all fucking greats, and we've never forgotten them. We've heard those names in basketball shows, podcasts, whatever you want to name it, all the time. So he's not going to be forgotten just because he missed an All-Star game. It's not that important. If he does the same shit next year, plays 20 games before the All-Star break, he might miss it again. But we will never forget this moment, and we're never going to forget Jimmy Butler. The motherfucker's a flat-out monster. Straight up.
I won't. I certainly won't. He'll always have a special place.
He's a beast. And can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Game 5, right? And I get there's a pattern, okay, of Jimmy Butler scoring crazy points. Next game, giving you 20 because he exerted all his energy, right?
Even quarter to quarter. 20-point
Yeah.
first quarter, 2 points, 3-point third quarter, 22-point fourth quarter.
All I want when I'm listening to my favorite podcasts and my favorite television shows is for you to give me an analysis as to why you think the team is going to smack them the next game. Don't just give me the fucking lazy take like, oh, Jimmy expended all his energy. They're going to lose the next game. Just because. Give me a fucking analysis of why you think the Bucks are going to win. Just because they're the Bucks and they're supposed to win? They got fucking smacked in all the games except for one.
Are you asking?
I'm just saying, like, are they going to give me an analysis? Huh?
Over. The series is over. You want me to make?
I'm just saying though, like they do this shit every time when one team wins, like an unexpected win. They're just like, next game they're getting smacked.
Highest 3-point shooting percentage ever of any team ever in a 7-game series. They're a fucking 8 seed that lost in a play-in to the Atlanta Hawks. Why would anybody pick this team and expect them to win? The Bucks are up 17 points in the fourth quarter in Game 3. They were up 12 points with like 4 minutes to go in this last game. If they hadn't been so badly coached that a 60-something win coach will be fired, they would have this series. The Heat got no horses. It's Jimmy Butler and a bunch of whites, and they didn't attack the whites.
But all I'm saying is be brave and make a take. Besides, yeah, they're just gonna get smacked. I've heard 3 different people say that shit about the Cavs are gonna smack the Knicks in the next game. The fucking come on.
All right. So it'd be a take. Who's smacking whom around? Knicks versus Heat. Running it back like Alonzo Mourning. We're gonna have Tom Thibodeau grabbing onto Mitchell Robinson's leg, driving it across the court.
We're going second round straight already. Knicks in 2. It's over. It's over. Hey, I was bamboozling y'all all season, but you know who I want to win the fucking championship? The fucking New York Knicks. Like this, I'm getting pretty happy right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good road for the Knicks to go to the finals.
The path is really open.
Bro, this is insane. I mean, first of all, though, Donovan Mitchell, get back to the drawing board, my guy. You gotta. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. And I'm not saying the main reason why I got mad at fucking Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo is because they were just like, oh, Cavs are going to smack him the next game. I'm like, Donovan Mitchell is showing you consistently that he's playing like shit. If somebody's giving me a fucking record of games versus a team and your coach doesn't make adjustments, what does that mean? You're going to fucking lose. Bickerstaff, no adjustments. He didn't do anything. He was just like, you guys got this. Evan Mobley.
Doing a Nate McMillan.
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro. Evan Mobley, get back to the drawing board. Jared Allen, get some fucking rebounds. Like, that shit was ridiculous.
This shit was surprising. Like, going into this series, I know that you were doing some bullshit picking the Cavs because you didn't want to jinx them. It's like, I think both of us knew. Both of their fucking bigs are way too light in the ass to handle Randall and Mitchell. I at least said that Brunson was going to kill Mitchell in that battle and win that. And the fucking Cavs are going to try to play 4-on-5 without a small roster on their forward. And the Knicks are totally going to ignore him. And so you know, it was what I thought it was. The Knicks took care of business. The Cavs are not a good team. They bamboozled people all fucking year with this regular season bullshit, and they got exposed for
Yeah.
what they were.
And you know what's funny? I actually got to give credit to Tibbs. He's shown improvements as a coach, bro. He doesn't.
Hopping in, moving R.J. Barrett to the bench, putting him in as a small ball
Yeah.
4, increasing Jason. Like, I agree
Yeah.
with you, man. Old dude throwing. And the motherfucker went like 9 deep, 10 deep.
But it was genius, bro. That Josh Hart trade definitely saved us, but the ability for Tibbs to not, drive his guys to the ground and the adjustments, I gotta give him all the credit in the world, man. And of course, the players gotta step up, but being able to
Even so, though, do you think that the Knicks can overcome having an? So I think the Heat have the best player in the series and the best coach in the series, and a lot. That's enough to win. Do you think the Knicks have enough to overcome it?
I don't know, man. Randall's hurt, and I think it's still not a great matchup.
In disguise.
Yeah, for us, for the Knicks, it definitely was like a blessing in disguise for Randall to not really, because he sucks in the playoffs.
Ewing theory.
What's that?
Remember when Patrick Ewing got hurt and the Knicks started playing way better and they made the playoffs?
I think that was 99, right, when they made the finals? Well, he was old as shit at that point. That's unfair. Julius Randle's in his prime. And Patrick Ewing actually has games in which he was really good in a playoff game.
No,
yeah, I got you. Nah.
One of those by subtraction possibly.
No, that's true.
They look pretty goddamn good with the space and athleticism that Toppin was given.
Yeah.
And the extra skill that R.J. Barrett brings out there, being able to drag it big away from the basket.
It's tough to say just because Jimmy is like a fucking god in the playoffs. Like if like I said before, if you're outplaying LeBron in a fucking playoff game, LeBron James is the playoffs. All right, this dude is an absolute fucking monster. If you're outplaying him in any game in a playoff game, I give it to you. But I can't just say just because Jimmy Butler is the best player in the series, they're gonna win. The other guys got to step up, and they did in this Bucks series. They definitely did. Can you do it again? I don't know. Bam.
Well, a key to them stepping up is going to be the bench play. I mean,
the Heat, yeah, man. I don't know.
You guys got a solid bench. It might be the best bench in the league.
Celtics?
Yeah, I don't know. I actually might take your bench.
Derek White and Brogdon, though. I mean, shit, you saw what they did to y'all yesterday.
Derek White starts. Only one of them comes off the bench.
No, I thought Marcus Smart started.
So out of the 3 players, 2 of them are starting. Marcus Smart, Derek White, and Brogdon. So only one of them is coming off the bench.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Whereas you guys, you got IQ, you got fucking Grimes, you got
Quickly.
Toppin. Yeah, I already said.
No, I didn't hear it. My bad.
Yeah, you're all good. You might have R.J. Barrett coming off your bench, for God's sakes.
Maybe. But it does come down to, can you play, what kind of defense can you play on Jimmy Butler? Because clearly the Bucks didn't fix any of their wing situations, and they didn't let Giannis guard him, so that was the main problem. I don't know if RJ can do it.
I want to stay on the bench yet, though, because the thing that I didn't see coming is Miami having the best bench out of everyone in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's insane.
They about 19 points per 100 possession when their bench is on the floor. And Caleb Martin has the highest plus-minus of any player in the playoffs.
They stepped up. I don't know what to tell you because...
I did not see this coming. And I think this is going to be like the story of the series is the bench. Because it's like the Knicks, they got a lot of dudes who I trust. And the Heat, they got a lot of dudes who shot well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if the Knicks can turn the tide with the bench and win those minutes consistently, I think they could take the series.
Yeah, I think the Knicks' 3-point defense is way better than what the Bucks have. So it's, I don't know. It's gonna be an even one, bro.
I mean, it's gotta be right. I mean, they literally had the best shooting series in NBA history. So you can't go anywhere's up. You know what I mean? Like there's everything's downhill from here.
If they shoot 50%, we're gonna be looking stupid.
Goddamn. If they shoot 50%, you guys got to go work on the offense.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Destroyed the Cavs on the fucking offensive glass. You grab 40% of available offensive rebounds, the highest rate in any team in any series in the last 10 years. They didn't shoot that well in the field, but they won second chance points 91 to 55 over the course of the series. And if you watch that playing game against the Hawks and Heat, how did we beat the Heat? We destroyed them on the fucking board. In the playing game, we had 27 offensive rebounds that led to 26 seconds.
Yeah, you got some glass cleaners for sure.
Number one recipe for your Knicks. Dominate.
You better cross your fingers for Mitchell Robinson. Because that's the thing, though. If Randall's not able to play at all, that is some of the rebounds as well. So, I don't know. And it's the same ankle that he already hurt.
Josh Hart down to a 4. He'll get more rebounds than Randall will.
Maybe. I mean, if Bam is short. So that's the thing. Bam's short. Kevin Love is grabbing boards, but we'll see how many minutes he's going to be able to play. We might be able to play him out of this series.
You're going to play him off the
board. If we go small, I think we can play him out.
Hit the floor and let him dance on. Get him in quick foul trouble. Boom, boom. Come to Mike Budenholzer. He's going to actually open his eyeballs and see what's transpiring on the court. And then he's going to use his brain to find solutions to the problems that are being presented.
Bud, everybody hit the bud. Just cross your arms.
Half a second left to go. Let's just go to next season. Man.
Shout out to Grayson Allen, too. I'm not blaming you, but you got to be a smarter fucking basketball player than that. And he missed a whole rim. The shout out to him, he missed a whole rim. But anyways, just quick analysis of everything. I mean, I'll probably say, not to jinx. I'm not gonna be facetious and be a piece of shit and just be like, we're gonna lose in 5. I'll probably say the Knicks in 7. Just for now.
I got them too. You said Knicks in 6.
Got that home court advantage too. That's crazy.
We talked about the Bucks, how I said they have too many whites. The Heat have too many whites.
Good luck, man. Good fucking luck. You want to talk about your boys getting eliminated, or that's done?
Nah, we don't need to talk about that. We'll talk about what they need to do this offseason and their plans and all this other shit probably next week.
Okay.
I'll have a little longer.
They showed some fight, though. Atlanta Hawks definitely showed some fight versus Boston, man.
Forced the game 7. Yeah. Forced the game without DeJounte Murray. We got Trae Young's dad tweeting about how Quinn Snyder is the best thing that's ever happened to Trae Young.
Yeah. So, honestly,
at least things are looking on the
up.
And it's not
7. Honest to God, from watching that, he did remind me of when he was not torching Ben Simmons, but like nobody could stop him. Like Ben Simmons was making it hard as fuck, but he was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep coming at you. The shots weren't stupid. I mean, because like they got Tatum, they got Brown, Derek White, Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, and he was killing them. I mean, get a little beef on you, look like 34-year-old Steph Curry. I got some faith in Trae Young, bro. Luka Doncic, watch out. It might not have been a mistake.
After they put Sam Hauser on him one-on-one on games 1 and 2, and he couldn't get by Sam Hauser, I was like, oh, God.
Sweep.
This guy's gone. And then Joe Mazzulla gave us the best birthday present Trae Young could ever receive. He put Blake Griffin on the floor. Blake Griffin switched on him, bag, and got his confidence back like that.
It was quick.
Thank you, Mazzulla. You may have saved our
It
son.
was quick. But yeah, that.
Now, Celtics, man, they got past us. They're playing the Sixers in the next round. I got a couple questions for this series. Number one question is, which big man can stay healthy? Embiid, he's got a sprained LCL. Doctor said he's probably 50% at best to playing game 1 in Boston. Robert Williams III played in 35 games this year, despite having a team best net rating of over 11.5. Which one of these two bigs stays healthy? If you had to put your money on it.
History tells me Joel's gonna get hurt, but that's a hard question to answer, dude. Say it again.
History also tells me that Robert Williams is going to get hurt.
Maybe. He played in the playoffs all last year, you know?
He was hobbled in the finals, though,
That's the most that Joel Embiid's never made it fully healthy except for like one playoff run. So history tells me Rob, I guess.
Yeah, you going with Rob?
I'm saying it's a tough question to answer. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully they both stay together and we get to see a full fucking series. Now, as far as it's getting broken down into, tough to look at the regular season. A lot of people were kind of hurt. I mean, even though Boston's guys were pretty much the healthiest duo like all year, Brown and Tatum. Embiid, I think, missed 1 or 2 of the games. And Tobias might have been out some of the games too. But man, if Embiid is healthy, I think the Sixers got it.
If he stays healthy all 7 games, you'll pick the Sixers.
I think the Sixers got it if he's healthy. They can't stop him.
I think if they're both healthy, the Celtics win.
Big Rob, he can't stop Joel.
Both of them are healthy, the Celtics win. And if one of them is not healthy, their team will lose. It's as simple as that.
Hey, bro.
So if Embiid's out, the Sixers are going to lose. If Robert Williams is out, the Celtics are going to lose. But if both of them are there, I'm taking the
If
Celtics.
Tyrese Maxey can give me like 75% of what Trae Young was doing, I don't believe in James Harden, but I don't think anybody can stop Joel. And if Tyrese is fucking really good, they can't. It looks like the Celtics can't stop fucking quick guards. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh, well, they've done a great job stopping Maxey so far this season. He's 17 for 48 in their 4 meetings with Boston, including going 9 for 32 over the last 3 games. Like you mentioned, talk about Trae Young, they got a lot of long, rangy defenders that they throw at Maxey. But the biggest thing they did to limit him, he only took 8 shots in transition across the 4 games.
They cut that transition shit out. It was crazy, dude. Because the Celtics had a lot of fast break points, and I was like, yo, the Hawks be running. Like, what's going on with these guys? I don't know what they do, but they shut that shit down. They shut it down.
But so, yeah, I think Maxey's going to have a hard time, starting his one-man fast break type of deals with them being so disciplined and getting back there.
Yeah.
But I think the key, that was my third question. Who wins the second guard battle? The electricity of Maxey or the steadiness of Brogdon and Derek White?
Brogdon and White.
I put my money on Brogdon and White.
I'd say Brogdon and White. Plus, Harden is not giving you much. It's up. It's
Well, that leads us to the second question, Terry.
Ugh.
About Houdini Harden. Will the real James Harden please stand up? Across the 4 games against Brooklyn, James Harden was 9 for 34 on 2-point shots. If you take away the game that he was ejected, it becomes 4 of 26 across games 1, 2, and 4. They're even worse when he drove. According to Second Spectrum, he was 7 for 30 in the paint against our Nets, which is 23% shooting at the rim, which is less than half of what would be a good percentage. That's also the worst paint field goal percentage in a series since play-by-play was first tracked in 1986, according to ESPN stats.
That's insane.
So the Celtics, they don't get turnovers a lot. They play fundamentally sound, and they funnel you into their 2 bigs, with Al Horford and Robert Williams being there in front of the rim, and then Derek White coming from the back end to be the Manu Ginobili shot blocker from behind type of deal. If James Harden shot that bad against the wide open paint of the fucking Brooklyn Nets, how in the hell is he going to expect to score against the number 1 paint defense in the league?
You know what, brother? I think it's going to be up to how fast Joe Mazzulla can realize that Marcus Smart is pretty much cooked.
Not fast.
Because if he sees it in the first couple games, maybe by game 3, hopefully. Because if he continues to play, the Sixers definitely got a chance. Because, if you look at, just even the regular season, James Harden didn't really play well in any of the 4 games. Maybe the last one, but he just isn't going to play well. They got too good of defenders. James Harden's not fast. It is what it is. If Joel's going to be Joel, every game was close. One game, had a difference of 8 points, but every game was pretty much close. This is a close-ass matchup, but it's up to Marcus Smart. If Joe Mazzulla sees that Marcus Smart is done and realizes he is not the answer, then it can be quick. Boston might win in 5, maybe 6. But if he's not going to realize that shit, and Joel Embiid is able to dominate, stay healthy, I mean, this first game isn't until Monday, so that gives Embiid an extra 3 days, to rehab. He's got Friday, he's got Saturday, he's got Sunday.
I just don't think Joel Embiid is going to dominate.
You don't think so?
They're not going to guard him with Grant Williams like they did the last time they played.
I mean, that was that one game. Let me look back at the other games. I'm pretty sure he dominated all 4 games. Of course, the last game he scored 52. Like, I don't see that.
I think they're just going to not guard PJ Tucker the entire game. Whoever you just double up on Embiid. We'll probably not guard Harden the entire game since he refuses to catch and shoot threes. And you guys will play 3-on-5. Can't do that. No, they're going to fucking win, man.
Man. Embiid scored 52 in the last game. He scored 41 in the third game. And they lost by 3.
Yep.
Second game, he didn't play, looks like.
MVP.
They still really only lost by 7 in that game. And then the first game, what? Go ahead.
4 points or like, you know what I mean? None of their games were blowouts.
Nah. And he also, first game, scored 26. He shot 50%. And they lost by 9.
So you got Sixers and 7?
Nope. History shows me, fuck no. But, like I said, if Embiid can dominate.
Better coach.
I think Doc's a better coach.
Right? Ooh, really?
Yeah, Doc's a better coach. He
was your second runner-up for Coach of the Year, and now you're not giving him no love against a man who's blown more 3-1 leads than anybody in the history of NBA basketball?
Hey. Missoula did a great job because it was unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought it was just going to be a straight, flat-out collapse. But I think he did a good job for what he did. I don't think he did much.
I think he might be a better coach than Doc. I've just lost so much faith in Doc.
That's tough, man. That's so tough.
It's unbelievable.
You got Celtics? 6?
I got Celtics.
6?
Celtics is.
It's got to be a 7-game series. The games are just so close.
Celtics in 6. Celtics in 6.
I go Celtics in 7. I got Celtics in 7. Ooh. It's good. I think this is definitely, of any of the series, this is definitely 7. This team isn't exactly even. Like, the Sixers are slightly worse. But if Embiid can, like, give you a couple games, if Harden can shoot at least 34% from 3, like, every single game Harden was bad. Except for, I think, 1 game. If he can just give you 1 or 2 games.
I don't see that happening.
1 or 2?
He'll give it to you in game 2. You know what I mean? When it's not important.
Nah. I want to see good games.
No faith in Doc Rivers to get these rotations proper.
What other rotation are you going to do? If James Harden sucks, what else are you going to do?
I'm talking more about PJ Tucker.
Okay.
Who's like completely useless on offense at this point, unless he's getting offensive rebounds. Like, he can't shoot, he can't dribble, he can't pass. Unless you have, like, he's guarding a top 5 player in the world, he shouldn't be on the court. They should be playing McDaniels or Harris. You know what I mean? They should have or with Harden. I just think the Doc part, when it's like really tight margins and you're playing against a team that's as talented as you are, if you don't have your best players on the court, that's going to end up hurting.
PJ Tucker is a big reason why they won the 4th game, though. He hit some big threes.
But it's matchup dependent for me for PJ Tucker. Like, they're running him out there like he's guaranteed starter. He's got to close games with PJ Tucker. It's like, not if their 4 can't fucking score.
Yeah.
Like,
I just think that,
like, when Al Horford's out there, there's no need to have PJ Tucker on the court. When Robert Williams and Al Horford are both out there, PJ Tucker needs to be on the fucking bench.
I hear you. All I'm saying is, like, I think that the one thing that, and they might not have done it on purpose, I don't know, because we both think that Doc is suspect sometimes as a coach, but it's hard for us to, say someone's it's hard for us to say, like, he's not a good coach. We ain't never coached a fucking basketball game in our lives. But some shit I didn't see much is, like, if Tatum and Brown is, like, taking a rest defensively, guarding PJ Tucker in the corner, put the motherfucker in a pick and roll with Maxey. Put him in the pick and roll with James Harden. Get a switch. Make them work a little bit. Because they're going to exhaust their energy on offense. But, like, make them work a tiny bit. Because otherwise, they're just taking a rest, sitting there with PJ in the corner having a conversation.
I think it's a good point, and I think that's the key to getting Harden going as well, actually. Because during the regular season, the Celtics switched 73 times when Harden was the ball handler. Most instances against a single player. And actually, Harden cooked them when they switched. He scored 1.17 points per chance every time.
I think he embraces the challenge between those two.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe when he sees a big one. All right, let's head on to the last one that we're going to preview today. Nuggets versus Suns over in the Western Conference.
Oof, man.
Suns took care of a shorthanded Clippers team.
That wasn't...
The Nuggets,
I don't even...
you know.
That's bullshit. That's horseshit.
Built a 12-foot grave for the Minnesota Timberwolves and kicked them in there after game one. Keys to me for this game, man, a more aggressive Nikola Jokic. I love that he was 8 for 29 last game and that he ball. Even with all that inefficiency and Rudy Gobert and him missing all those jump shots, he still finished with 28, 17, and 12. But it was the aggression. They're going to need him to be a more aggressive scorer when the matchup dictates for it and not to just get teammates in open space and make plays. And they're going to turn to him to be the man in the moments where, like, butts get tight. And so I was really heartened by what I saw from Jokic. And I think this is trending in the right direction if he's saying, I'm going to get some shots up. And after the game, he was like, you don't care about missing shots. He's like, if they're good shots, you take them.
Mm-hmm. He was open. I mean, it wasn't bad shots. They let him do it, and he did it. I mean, they won. It's the Timberwolves, though. It's tough to say. But I think the Timberwolves fought, bro. They fought. They showed some fucking shit. Your boy Edwards finally gave me something. I liked it. How many? What? Didn't he have like 5 in a row 30-point games?
Broke the tie with Kobe, second behind MJ.
Ooh, good shit, Ant. That's that next step I need. I need more of it in the regular season next year, too. 30 a game.
Yeah. But I need this aggressive Jokic. And not just aggressive on offense, but aggressive on defense, too. You saw against the Wolves, they had him up on the pick and roll at the level of the screen. No drop coverage. Yep. He was blitzing. Game 5 in their closeout game, he had 2 blocks and 2 steals. They're going to need that against the Phoenix Suns, who are the number 1 mid-range shooting team in NBA history. Yeah. Live off the mid-range. If you sit down there and drop coverage, they're going to eat you the fuck alive. Yeah. He's got to be up on the level of the screen. And you know what? If you give up some more threes in the process, so be it, because the Suns refuse to shoot them.
No, that's facts. Because they played Zubac's ass out of the series. They were just killing them when he kept dropping off. So, man, well.
Chris destroyed drop coverage for 15 years. Like, I don't care if he's a traffic cone or not. You can't play drop coverage against him in the playoffs. It's like, for him at this point, beating drop coverage is like tying your shoelaces with your eyes closed.
Are you back?
No.
You back on the Chris Paul train?
No.
Chugga.
Sitting in his sleep. Chris Paul could pick a roll in a coma.
Yeah, he could. He could for real. He could wake up and be like, what year is it? 1946? Pick and roll. Doesn't matter.
Dario, come over here.
Well, I only got one thing to say. This is it. If this is where you show what you got, Nikola Jokic, the world's going to be watching. It's you versus KD and Book.
Unless Lakers Warriors is on at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if the Lakers make it past, there's still games to be played. All right. You the one who hates Memphis, so I'm just saying the motherfuckers didn't show me shit. We can talk about that game after this, but this is it, yo. You gotta show the world what's up, man. Because a lot of doubters, man. And I don't want to no stinkers. I don't want to see no stinkers. You gotta claim best player in the world. Giannis is gone first round. He's out of here. Fuck him.
I want DeAndre Ayton to get into some type of beef with his brothers or family before the game. That's what I want.
You know,
I want him.
Do you think DeAndre Ayton played well in this Clipper series?
Yeah.
He said something.
He does stuff every game that pisses me to fuck off, but it's like he's got quick feet. He switches onto guards a lot better. 95% of bigs in the NBA. And the motherfucker actually has great touch around the basket in the mid-range area. But it's like, my God, when you can't post up Dennis Schroeder, you just make me fucking get so mad. Just so mad.
I hear you. But I did hear something that he said in an interview with Rachel Nichols that I love. And I think KD might have unlocked him, dog. KD might have unlocked him because KD told him, he was like, hey, man, I've seen you play. You know, I think you do great things out there. You just need to keep going. Like, be aggressive. You got it. And it's like, DeAndre Ayton, he was like, I watched KD when I was a kid. Like, for a great like KD to say something like that to me, that means everything to me. If KD's in the gym working hard, I got to be in the gym working hard. If KD's in the gym working out, I got to be working out. KD gets there at 6 a.m. I got to get there at 5:30. He said that shit in the interview. I was like, I think KD opened it up. Maybe a little bit of a tinker because I saw him being aggressive.
Well, let's hope for his sake that he has.
Oh, Jokic, it doesn't matter. Jokic's going to cook him.
Fucking Kool-Aid on DeAndre at all.
Jokic's going to cook him.
We've seen stretches where he's looked engaged and focused before. Mostly when he was battling with Giannis. Through the first 4 games of the finals, you're like, this DeAndre Ayton, maybe it wasn't so bad taking him over Luka. They got to the finals. They're going to win a championship. Mm-hmm. And then the last 3 games, Giannis pushed him underneath the basket, stole his soul, and dunked right in his face.
Yeah.
So, we've heard this before. We know a motivated DeAndre Ayton looks really good. The problem is when he's not motivated, and he's pouting around, and he's unfocused, and he's not boxing out, and he's shooting 14-foot jump shots when there's a 6-foot player on.
I think we're going to see something a little different. Take this matchup personal, bro. This is going to be a fucking... Jokic is going to fry you. Yeah. Can you come back? I don't know. You don't believe in him. I think he can do something. I mean...
In this matchup. Like, people are like, oh, DeAndre Ayton actually did really well on Jokic. Jokic only shot 48% from the field. DeAndre Ayton shot 24% from the field. And he scored less than half of the amount of points that Jokic did.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right, let's not do that shit. Talk about DeAndre Ayton actually won that matchup. No, he didn't.
No, he'll never win this matchup. But he got 20 and 10 in this Clippers series. If he can get anywhere around there, that might be a recipe for something. But if these Suns dudes are going to play fucking 50 minutes a game and shit.
Well, that's another question of mine. CP3 and Kevin Durant hold up playing 40-plus minutes a night. Because the Suns bench, it's the least used unit in the entire league. They only scored 72 points across 5 games. And we've seen in the postseason, Devin Booker hobbled by injuries. Chris Paul every year hobbled by injuries. Kevin Durant played 40-something games, has continually been hampered by injuries. Are they going to be able to make it through a 7-game series playing 45 minutes a night?
I don't know, man. The question is, even if they do, because I don't know if they're going to be hurt or not. Even if they do, if they are completely healthy through the whole series, do you think the Suns are going to win this shit? Because we've seen KD as a fucking monster.
No, I do not. And I didn't win before, and I'm not picking them to win now. They don't have enough chemistry. They don't have enough continuity. They don't have enough time. And once they get solved, like, it's time that allows you to go to plan B and plan C and all be on the same page. Once they solve that first thing, they're going to be scrambling, and they're going to look like a bunch of chickens with their head cut off. Devin Booker, bail us out with a bunch of really difficult shots, and Kevin Durant, maybe you could do the same thing. That's what I expect out of the Suns. They got a big 4, and I got question marks about everybody else on the roster, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody else. Can you not be useless?
That's true. There is a question mark on every other guy. You think the teams are even, or you think the Nuggets are a little better?
I think the Nuggets are better.
You think the Nuggets are better by a significant margin?
I think the top end talent favors the Suns, but
no, for sure, yeah.
Average, like, okay, median versus mean, right? I think the Nuggets have a higher median, but the Suns have a higher mean, a higher average, because their top players are so good. That's what I would say.
But playoff Jamal Murray's chugging along. I mean, in that series, he was averaging what, 30?
Yeah, that's my next question, man. Is can Murray be Book's equal?
I mean, if he's Burry,
If he's right,
if he's any bird like, that'd be fucking crazy.
Devin Booker. I mean, you would have to put this series in the Nuggets' favor.
I mean,
Last series he averaged 27 on 47% from the field and 43% from three.
yeah, if he's doing that, which I'm not saying he might, because I think he can, because it's just Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Devin Booker's not no fucking shutdown defender. He's gonna give you effort, but if he's getting that, I don't think the Suns are losing straight up, because Jokic is gonna get around 30 and like 13 boards or whatever. They can't win if those dudes are scoring 60. And then Porter Jr., even if Porter gives me 15 and everybody else does their own regular shit, 10, 12, 9, 7, whatever.
Dude, I think who's going to be a real sneak in this series is Christian Brown. I think the Suns like to play slow and they like to half-court it and they want to take all these mid-range jumpers. And Christian Brown, and they don't like to play physical. They're very finessey, you know what I mean? And Christian Brown wants to come in there, punch you in the mouth, steal the ball right out of your hands, initiate the contact on you, and then dunk it in your face. Like, he'll play fast, he'll play physical, he'll give them a jolt. I think he'll be a continued problem in the Sun side. Christian Brown.
I don't know. I don't disagree. But I think the big one is, you know who it is. The guy, the 6-foot point guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's up to Chris Paul, bro. If Chris Paul's going to be fucking shitty, Suns are losing easy. If Chris Paul is giving me 8 assists, 2 turnovers, 15 points, looking almost like himself in the Clippers series type, I think the Suns are taking it. But it's up to him, honestly.
If you had to bet, Chris Paul plays all 7 games in this series, yes or no? You think he can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a bet on it. Yeah. I think he's got it. He's not like going 100% like he was last year. You know what I'm saying? Like he is conserving himself. Him and LeBron, they're doing the same shit. Chilling.
I tell you, better not be guarding Bruce Brown on defense then. If you're giving fucking 60%, guys full speed cutting like he's Steph Curry every possession.
Gotta find a way. Hey, find that sleeper on the Nuggets. Somebody's over there sleeping. They're gonna find it. These matchups, it's up to Malone too. I don't trust Malone at all.
Me neither. But I also don't trust Monty Williams.
If the Nuggets lose in the second round though, no, Malone, is he out of here? Or what?
Yeah. I like what he's built, man, but like his rotations suck. His substitution patterns are awful. The defensive coverages, it's like they change their minds all the time, like who they want to be. Are we drop? Are we switch? Are we blitz? Are we hedge? Are we soft hedge? You come up to the level of the screen.
Isn't it good to switch it up though?
Huh?
Isn't it good to switch it up every now and then?
Yeah, I think it's good to switch it up in one game. Like throw multiple looks, like how the Heat were doing it, Giannis and stuff like that. It's like, or the Kings and Steph Curry is like, here's a box of one, here's a switch, here's a double, here's whatever in the same game. So it's like you constantly have to be like reevaluating and taking different pictures and find new solutions. Mike Malone will keep the same strategy all game, and then the next game have a completely different defensive strategy. Not like he gives him 8 different looks in one game. He goes, no, today we're dropped. Tomorrow we're all the way up to the line of the screen. Yeah. And the day after that, we're going to switch everything.
I don't know, man. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a real tough one. I'm honestly conflicted, dude. Because I saw KD fucking be an absolute monster, dude. I get he's a little older, but in the beginning of this season, besides maybe Tatum, that motherfucker was the MVP, dude. Straight up. His numbers were insane. And he still ended the season with ridiculous regular season numbers. He's really good.
He is really good.
He's really fucking good.
Kevin Durant is really good.
Is he better than Jokic? Right now? He's healthy. He's balling.
Probably. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I mean,
we're about to find out, dude.
Bro, Booker's the second best player on the team, and he's getting like 30 a game. Easy.
And he's playing the best defense of his career, too.
Yeah, like, man.
Big defense when he was Like the Nets had a fucking good ass defense when he was on the team.
Booker or Tatum?
Tatum because of the health.
I'll take
Booker's
that.
health problems.
I'll take that. It's a question now, though. It's kind of crazy.
Hey, I think we really accurately nailed our list of players who's better than LeBron James, like that we did a week ago.
Yeah.
After doing it was like, yo, I think we actually got that perfect.
It's a question, man. I mean, I love seeing LeBron back in the playoffs. He's not himself anymore, though. It kind of sucks.
Guys, after their last game,
Hmm?
he apologized after their last game. He played so badly. He apologized to the fans.
He's
Now,
38.
will they audit him, and will he refund all of the people who bought tickets out of his own money? I doubt it.
I don't know. I'm not like watching the Lakers now. It's not the same. It's just not the same. As far as like, we got robbed like fuck with the bubble, right? If I'm a Lakers fan, I didn't get to see LeBron play in Staples, and like that was LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Everything after that, it's LeBron. It's like 70% of LeBron. Like he's good, but he's not the same.
No. I mean, next year, Terry, he'll be the oldest player in the whole league.
And he's got plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
He's 38 with plantar fasciitis.
Still, he's going to be just fine. He's going to post up John Morant 25 times. He still hasn't done it. All he's done is stood out there and shoot threes. And then, I got to say also,
He can't move.
I know you picked the Lakers to go to the fucking finals.
Yeah.
Darvin Ham ain't ready, bro.
Ooh-wee.
Darvin Ham ain't ready. He's not ready.
It's looking crazy.
We got, you see those minutes with LeBron at center?
That was stupid.
LeBron is, you think the oldest player in the league, now that Udonis Haslem or whatever is about to retire, you think he's going to rotate over from the corner and block shots? Like, what do you think, Darvin Ham?
Is Mo Bamba healthy?
Like, as a primary ball handler? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that was stupid. And they went on a stupid run. But I honestly, though, at the end of that last game, I kind of liked what they did. Like, at the end, because they were down, I want to say, like 26 points, right? So they could have punted it. They could have said, fuck it, we're out. They put in, some of the fresher legs, let AD play a bit. They subbed LeBron and AD out kind of later in the game, but he was like, look, man, y'all go in there, give him fucking hell. They started coming. He was like, don't shoot any twos. All they did was shoot threes at the end of that last game. They kind of came back. Ja was in there playing full tilt still. Bane was in there playing full tilt. At the end, like 2 minutes ago, those motherfuckers were exhausted. It was a sneaky little strategy. I know these dudes are young, but I was like, damn.
No one more exhausted than LeBron James.
Oh, he's chilling.
Like,
yeah.
Better put some frozen lima bees on those knees, man.
Yeah. Hey, plus, out there in the national media, I don't want to hear this. AD in college fucking scored 6 points in the national championship game. You shouldn't expect AD to be this fucking offensive beast. He's been a fucking offensive beast in the NBA. I'm not trying to hear that shit. He needs to be way more consistent offensively. I'm not trying to hear he's just a defender now. Fuck out of here. He's 29. Stop it. He's in his fucking prime. Be better.
Really is the defensive player of the year.
Oh, God.
Soft serve.
Just be better. Fuck off. Eat a glizzy.
Started when they got rid of Alex Caruso.
Ugh. Anything else we're missing before we get out of here?
Oh, you want to take 90 seconds to bask in your victory over Arsenal?
Oh. Damn, I almost forgot. We are the champions, my friend. It's over. Arsenal. I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you we were going to win that shit. I fucking told you. Shout out to the boys at London Bridge Pub. I know they're out there cheering crazy because I was there and it was awesome. Hey, man, it's done. 2 games in hand. Beat Arsenal. Just went out and we got it. But still don't give a fuck. Real Madrid, we're coming for that fucking revenge, all right?
And what's his face is out for Real Madrid.
Who?
Luka Modric.
Oh, I love that. Yo.
Out 3 weeks.
And Kevin De Bruyne, man.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit what he did in that game. I don't know what you did before the Real Madrid game, the second leg.
Oh.
Whatever you did before that game where you couldn't play a full 90, don't do it again. You must have went out with the boys. I don't know if somebody had a baby, you guys celebrated something. Stay home, stay rested, and play a full 90, a full 120 if you have to. Whatever we need. I don't know what the hell that shit was.
The club with Paul George.
Oh my god, that shit was crazy, bro.
Got both together before the game.
God, dude. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Anyways, we need him. We need him.
On fire against Arsenal. And
yeah.
Shout out to Pep for completely bamboozling Arteta. You know, he saw the high press coming. He saw that they were going to try to strangle them out in their own half coming. And he was like, you know what? I'm playing a 4-2-4 with 4 forwards. We're not even going to ticky-taka this shit. We're not even going to use the midfield. We're playing it directly up to Holland, and he's going to lay it off right in the path of people. And they just
genius.
They bypassed Arsenal's press entirely. Erling Haaland physically dominated his matchup.
Killed them.
Laying the ball off into space over and over and over again, spearheading the break. And Kevin De Bruyne's goal to start it off, carrying the ball 30 yards, making a little slight move and curling it outside the box.
Yeah.
That picture perfect. It's like how I teach my kids how to attack a fucking 3-on-3 break.
Go right at him. Let me tell y'all.
Holland missed some sitters that he normally would make.
He did. He wasn't on. But he'll probably still pass the goals record, though.
Yeah, he broke it.
Nah, he's only got 33.
Now they were celebrating it. He scored in injury time.
Yeah, he scored 33 goals. 34 is the record.
Hyatt?
No, 34 is the record. Not Ian Wright. Fuck,
Talking about how he broke the record on the broadcast.
Oh, unless it's something I missed out. I thought 2 guys, Alan Shearer scored 34, and...
Yeah, he broke the record.
What? Alan Shearer scored 34 goals with Blackburn.
Yeah. 32 goals. He's got... Yeah. Wow. Wait a minute. I don't understand. It says he's the all-time scorer. Oh, it's because it was in a 38-game season. Alan Shearer's shit was in a 42-game season.
Oh, that was 42 games. Damn, they played more games? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well, whatever it is, he is going to break the record. He's going to break it.
Yep.
So, good luck.
Before the season started, we said Man City cruising for the title. Holland's going to break the fucking scoring record.
Man, shit.
Finally win the Champions
Hey,
League.
if he stays on this City team, and if they keep getting new guys in, he's going to break that Champions League goal record one year.
Oh,
it's going to happen.
It's a matter of time.
It's going to happen. And because I said it a couple years ago when he was with Dortmund, and he did score 10, and they didn't even make it past the group stages. No, I think they did, but he still scored 10 goals. And I was like, hey, if he just gets on a team where he can keep playing in multiple games, watch out.
Scored 10 goals in a game. Like for 21 team for Norway.
Yeah, he's... Man.
But Arteta, you got it wrong. And Pep outfoxed you. What is it? The disciple has come back to beat the teacher? Not quite. Like, listen, I taught you everything you know, not everything I know.
I think it's unfair. That's unfair. He doesn't have the players yet. I think Arsenal's 3.
Yeah, said before the game, you got to act like a small team. Don't go out there and fight fire with fire and be like, oh, we have the squad to beat Manchester City at their own game. No. Park the bus. Soak up the pressure. You guys are excellent at countering with Saka. Martinelli.
Yeah. Hey.
He tried to win his way, beat Pep by Pep's own book, and Pep saw this shit coming, and he stuffed it down his throat.
He's new to being a head coach, so we got to give him, a little time to adjust to the small things. He's a good coach. He's a really good coach. And
no, I'm not saying he's a shitty coach, but but people are like putting him right up there with Pep, and I'm just saying he's had a great season. I'm very proud of him. He's doing a good job turning the culture around, sending Aubameyang out the door, getting Granit Xhaka to buy in, promoting the young players, and they've had a run of form. But you're not Pep, and people need to see.
If pundits are saying that, that's just being lazy. You're just saying shit for headlines. I think he's like 2 tiers below Pep. He'll get there. Like, they need players. Like, it's Arsenal.
Like with me, where him and Xavi are around the same type of deal. It's like 2 disciples. We'll see how you guys end up growing and adjust.
I will say this though. I mean, y'all didn't have a chance in the game, but I don't like Saka on that free kick from 22 yards out. Give that to Odegaard. Stop fucking around. Stop it. Just
But was it because they were like, this would be better for a right-footed taker?
no. Saka's left-footed. He took it with his left. I don't understand why. Like, maybe he, they're there in training and all that and blah blah blah. But I've seen Odegaard score a free kick goal.
I must have been drinking a beer when that happened.
Yeah, it was around 60th minute, maybe 70th minute. I don't remember exactly when.
At that point, I had already shut the game off, Terry.
Oh.
Fucking them up the ass.
Yeah, nah. I don't know. But good on Arsenal though.
Sit here and watch people get bulldozed in Tiananmen Square for my own pleasure. Like, come on, man.
Good on Arsenal though. Good on Arsenal, bro. That's all I can say. Oh, also,
good on Arsenal for what? For Gabriel turning his back to Kevin
Great-
De Bruyne twice.
great season. I think it's a great season.
For the white dude getting nutmegged and owned the entire game.
Great season for Arsenal.
Oh,
They-
so it's a failure now.
I told you it's all expectations. Oh, do yourself a favor though. Can you move your right hand over that decal? That's in your bottom. Yeah, you guys lost yesterday to a really shitty team, Barcelona.
It's called winning the league. You guys should try it.
Okay. Hey, with that being said, I think that's it for us, right? We out of here. Subscribe, like, comment on the video.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.